Hey folks, Poster, welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video. I'm not completely tired yet. I can still go. We can still go, right? So, this video we're going to talk about Dianthia Gardevoir. So, before we get into that, again, reminder to retweet the tweets that I link in the comments down below. That's from the official Pokemon Masters Twitter account, English and JP, so we could get free gems and a lot of scout tickets, right? So go do that first. All right, after that, click that subscribe button. That'll be pretty cool. I only have like 50% of people who watch me that are subscribed, so if the other 50% subscribe, maybe double the sub count, and we could beat the official Pokemon Masters channel in sub counts. Which actually we're pretty close. They're at like 30 point 1 or 2k, and then we're at like 29.4k. Right, so that'll be fun. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's fun. All right, so anyways, let's get into this, right? We're gonna do Iris next, right? For folks wondering. So Dianthia Gardevoir, please, finally, dude. I'm not as hyped for Dianthia Gardevoir as a unit to come into the game as I am hyped for her finally being here, so people would stop making those stupid Dianthia start of the game jokes. It's literally the same joke over and over and over again. It's the same joke repeated like a billion times. It was funny the first 290 something times, but then afterwards, like, that's not the good game. Isn't that very funny? Haha, she's in the title screen, but not in the game. Ha, that's the funniest thing in the game. Not the game of the world. So I'm so glad she's finally in the game, and that's fantastic. All right, let's go over it. Kit. She's really good. All right, Fairy Striker, weak to Ghost, right? Obviously Gardevoir Mega's after, right? So as for the stats, 662 HP, really good HP, right? 212 attack, irrelevant. 177 defense, 370 special attack, which is nice. 131 special defense, which is not good. Gardevoir, a special defensive tank, has really bad special defense, but it'll get explained soon. Don't worry about it. 254 speed, which is not crazy in terms of speed, right? So, and for the moveset, got Dazzling Gleam, Fairy special attack, AoE, 50 BP, 100% accuracy, 2 bars, right? Doesn't do anything else except for damage. Dart Hit Plus, which is Dart Hit Plus, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain what Dart Hit Plus does. Moonblast, Fairy special attack, 98 BP, 100 accuracy, 3 bars, single target, 30% chance of lowering the target's attack or special attack. And the thing about Moonblast is, the damage, the BP is relatively low, right? And but don't worry too much because it will get increased. In terms of like three gauge move, although like the difference isn't like that much. It's like your standard like 3 gauge move should be like around like 100 BP, and this is only like 98, and then you get a 30% chance to lower special attack, which is really nice, right? But don't worry about the BP; it's gonna get increased soon once we look at the passives and stuff, right? Moving on, the training move, Time to Shine, 2 MP for herself. It's pretty +2 special attack, special defense, and if it's Mega, you get +3 gauges. Okay. So that does help with the special defense thing, right? So it actually you get a lot of special defense now, right? The only part that kind of sucks is like they're doing this in mind, like they're thinking, oh, if we give it special defense buffs on the trainer move, it's gonna actually have a lot of a special defense, right? So we gotta put like the base a bit lower, so it's not like over too much, right? However, I mean, we're probably just gonna bring like another like special defensive like support anyways. A lot of the times, stuff like a Xerneas or Starmie, so that lowers the ceiling. It raises the floor, lowers the ceiling. It's one of those issues, right? So anyways, moving on to the passives, it has Hit the Gas 5. Sounds slightly weird, but okay. Hit the Gas 5, increases the move gauge required to use an attack by 1, so your Moonblast turns into a 4 gauge move, right, with the 500 or 254 speed. So your Moonblast turns into a 4K move, but increases the power by 50%. So that is really good. That is really, really good. And then after it's got Propulsion 1, 20% chance of reducing your sync move countdown by 1 when the user's move is successful. Not really useful unless you get, couldn't get a quad Q and then you get one of those and then you fix that issue maybe sometimes. And then the last move, Mutually Assured, is basically synchronized. If you get status, the same condition applies to the opponents, non-volatile, obviously. And then it comes out on the 31st in March, so basically the end of next month, right? USD, right? And then moving on to when it megas. So when it megas, it increases your special attack to 444, which is a lot, and increases your special defense to 157, which isn't actually that much. Still, I mean, it's okay, right? But again, you get your special defense buffs. It's just kind of weird. So 444 special attack and then 157 special defense is the increases there. And then you change Mutually Assured, which is basically synchronized, right, to Fairy Power 5, extra 50% damage buff to Fairy type moves, which is so much better than Mutually Assured. Mutually Assured is basically useless. Like, very rare are there like stages that like AoE status you, all right? So that's good. That's a complete W, right? No one cares about Mutually Assured. So that makes your like 98 BP Moonblast like so much better, right? So that turns into what? How much is that? 196. That's almost a 200 BP move with like 440 special attack. That is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the sync grid. I haven't seen the sync grid yet, so hopefully it's nice, I guess. All right. So again, shout outs as usual to Crash for the info, and also another friend of mine. Let's go through these, and as usual, the same stuff here. Moonblast power-ups, Move Gauge Refresh 2. I would assume we're probably going to get 2 Move Gauge Refresh 2s, because if it's only 1 Move Gauge Refresh 2, then that's kind of yikes. That's a Sync Move power-up node, right? Devastation. Oh, that's nice, right? 2 times multiplier if your opponent has their special attack lowered to -6, right? There it is. The second Move Gauge Refresh 2 on Moonblast. Pretty expected. Moving on, Darhead MP Refresh 2, Darhead Plus MP Refresh 2, no one really cares unless Balvilla, right? Dazzling Gleam power-ups, more Sync Move power-up nodes. Double Down 2. Cost 8. I mean, it is like still 20%. I don't know if this is really worth picking up or not. I mean, sure, maybe. I mean, we'll have to see like this grid layout later when the sync grid maker gets updated, right? So Double Down 2, extra 20%. Sync moves are super effective. Head Start 1, just sync move. No, yeah, that's bad. Speed, Dazzling Gleam power up, special defense, or more Dazzling Gleam power ups. Move Gauge Refresh from Dazzling Gleam. Super duper effective one. Please don't tell me that's like the only. I mean, it should still be good, right? I mean, like, Dazzling Gleam should actually do, like, a decent amount, like 50 BP. That's like 100 BP. That's basically like a heat wave or like or a earthquake around that, much damage if you get all the multipliers in for Dazzling Gleam. So it's actually not terrible. More Sync Move power up nodes, Dauntless, Quick Cure, MP Refresh on Time to Shine. It's only MP Refresh 2 though. Fleet Feet raises your speed when you use Time to Shine by 1. 8 cost for +1 speed when you use it, and that's what +2. I don't know if that's worth it either. Just bring like a speed support instead. It should be fine. And then some more Sync Move power ups. Her grid's okay. It's not anything too crazy on her grid, right? Like her base kit's already really, really nice, right? So I mean, if her grid wasn't all that, I don't really mind. You have 2 Move Gauge Refresh on Moonblast, which is nice. Devastation is good, right? Double Down, you could maybe use that. And that's basically about it. And then got some Sync Move power-up nodes, so you could do some solid damage with the Sync Move, right? Especially 6REX, especially since the 6REX outfit for Death is really, really cool, right? So yeah, Diantha's a pretty good, fairy type striker. Right, so yeah, anyways, that's what I guess. Hope you guys know. Let me guys think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video. We're on the channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. We're gonna go over Iris and Hydreigon, champion Iris and Hydreigon next. So notifications, all that stuff, we'll get that as soon as possible, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to retweet.